Hi, my name is Samantha from Fern Fossil. Fern Fossil specializes in terrarium kits and workshops. Today, we're going to learn how to make a terrarium using simple household materials. So what exactly is a terrarium? A terrarium is a glass container in which plants grow. They can be open or closed. Today, we're going to make an open terrarium. All right, let's get started by gathering some materials. First, you want to look around the house for a container. Any glass container will do. I like to use jars, or maybe even an empty candle holder. You can also look around for something like a cup or a bowl. You can also use small toys or ornaments for decoration. You will need the following to make your terrarium: spoon, paintbrush, sand, rocks, a plant, and soil. Since we're using a succulent today, what we need to use is a cactus potting soil. Let's start with the reservoir. You can use your spoon or your hands to add rocks to the bottom of your container. Use your spoon to make sure that your layer of rocks is nice and even. Now spoon the sand right on top. The reservoir is a place for any extra water to collect when you water your plant. Next, we're going to add the soil. Try not to shake, stir, or rock your container. You want to keep all of your layers intact. Succulents don't need a lot of room, so you can fill your container relatively shallow with dirt. Remove your plant from its pot by squeezing on either side until it's loosened. Then you want to tip the pot over into your hand and allow the plant to fall out. If your plant gets stuck, try squeezing the container again. Brush off some of the excess dirt and place your plant to the side. Now we're going to use either our fingers or a spoon to create a hole or a well that's large enough for our plant to sit in. Very gently hold your plant and place the root ball into the well. And then pat down to make sure that your plant will stay in place. You might need a little help from your spoon. To straighten out your plant and make sure that it stays in place. Now that your plant is planted, we can move on to decorating. Before we begin to decorate our newly built terrarium, we can use our paintbrush to shake off or brush off any excess dirt that might be lodged in our plant. You can also wipe down the sides of your glass container to clean it up. Once you're satisfied, we can use a number of things to decorate our terrarium. You can use leftover sand or some of your leftover rocks to decorate. What I'm going to use today is a small toy like this dinosaur that I had lying around, sea glass that I've collected from the beach, and you can even use something like moss or bark. I'll start with the sand. This is an opportunity for you to be creative. You can make your terrarium just as unique as you are. Remember, if you have a hard time getting some of your decorations inside the container, you can use your tools to gently nudge them into place. So I'm using my brush to get my dinosaur where he needs to go. I don't have a ton of space, so I'm going to add a little bit of sea glass. And maybe a tiny bit of moss. This empty space right here. So for that, I'm going to use my spoon. Try to be gentle with your plant, that you don't break off any leaves. So I'm pretty satisfied with that. I think I'm done. Don't forget to water your plant. You can use a cup of water or a spray bottle like this to water. With succulents, you want to water your plant when the soil is completely dry. That can be anywhere from once a week to once every month. Here are some other examples to inspire you. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that you're inspired to make your own unique creations. For more ideas, tips, and techniques, visit fernandfossil.com.